Namaste everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you all how I meditate. There was a person on my Lyra Star Facebook page who asked, what technique do I use to put myself in a self-hypnosis? And I'm going to show you guys in this video. Why do we do self-hypnosis? Many of you guys may know rewiring the brain, reprogramming the brain, those kind of descriptions of what a self-hypnosis does. But for me, a self-hypnosis is simply inputting a higher frequency into my subconscious and my conscious self. So when I put a higher frequency into my body, into my chakras, my energy field, my glands, subconscious, conscious, all aspects, emotions, sensual, sexual, intellectual, spiritual, what happens is that higher frequency, very much like a gong, it creates a current. So that helps me to relate to life from a higher intelligence state. And that's what basically self-hypnosis is, or you do a past life regression. You're going into that subconscious memory, okay, of that situation or experience that happened in that previous incarnation. And the guide, which is, usually the psychologist, is guiding you to relate to the subject differently so you can clear it out. Because when you relate to the subject differently, instead of fear or trauma, okay, that's unresolved state, incompletion state, you relate to it from a state of being an observer rather than the person that's being inflicted, okay, the observer. That state, it helps you to bring forth acceptance, compassion, and that automatically just kind of clears it out. You learn the lesson. So in this video, I'm going to give you all a little basic Kundalini set that I do daily to gain momentum in the direction of higher intelligence, which is the sound current that I'm going to give you all. The sound current, which is a mantra. Because what we want to do is we want to gain momentum in a direction of neutrality, of resilience, endurance, okay, so that when life happens, which life does, we'll be able to handle ourselves, okay? Such as, we want success. Can we handle success? We want, millions of dollars. Can we handle that? We want this kind of relationship, kid. We want a business. Can we handle that? Okay, because this time right now is we're really pressurized by the technology age and just the go, do to do, make to make. So our nervous system, central system is pretty shot, and our glandular system is pretty shot. And this whole we depreciate at like age 20. We depreciate at a steep slope. So by 27, we're just like exhausted, haggard at 35. That is not, okay, the natural state of our glands. Our glands have enough vitality to ultimately get us through a very, very long time in this human vessel and be 70 and not be haggard, okay? Our glands are very, very sophisticated, our body. It's just we do not know how to take care of this machine that is our organs, our glands, our central nervous system, our totality. So with the self-hypnosis, not only are we putting in a higher frequency, such as a mantra, creating a sound current like a gong, we're also gonging out or ringing out any kind of dissonance in our glandular system, in our mental, emotional system, so that our system is not overloaded. It's just like a computer. If you have too many apps or too much stuff on that computer, like too much memory being used, the computer is not as efficient. That's the thing with your system. When your liver, okay, or even your gallbladder has just a lot of accumulation of just energy. It's not moved out like a computer. Your machine, you can't work as efficiently. So that's what the self-hypnosis does. It helps you to be clear-minded so that you're more productive, more focused, and more efficient in your life, so that you can ultimately be able to energetically magnetize the things that you set for your intentions, such as prosperity, a business, a relationship. I mean, we all have something we would like to birth out of our lower chakras. That's just why we're here on earth. We want to be creative. But the thing is, creativity, it has to birth the thing, we have to have a very efficient, productive, and functional system, or it's just going to be an affirmation. So affirmation, we have to connect affirmation to the actual physical state, which is endurance, resilience, okay? Because we have none of that. This is just an affirmation. Years and years and years of affirmation. And I've seen people with an affirmation for years, okay? But the thing's not birthing is because they don't have a system that is compatible with that. You have a high caliber thought or an intention, but your body is not a high caliber state of functionality. Okay, it's like you're trying to download an incredible file on your computer, but your computer's so overloaded with all of this miscellaneous stuff in your computer that it can't download the thing properly, or takes it really slow, or distorts it. I've had that on my computer where it distorts the download because I have so much stuff that I need to kind of clear out. Okay, so that's the same thing. We want to energetically magnetize, and we do that through authenticity, and the sound current really just wrings us out of any of that stuff that we have going on, the persona, the falseness, the insecurity, the low self-esteem, the low self-worth, so we can get into the higher intelligence, which is a command language, which is I birth the thing that I affirm to myself. And birth the thing you affirm to yourself is resilience and endurance. It requires strength. A high-functioning computer network that is you. Because the network, the affirmation, is one kind of communication, just like the networks in your brain. There's constant communication going on, moving up, down your spine. Spine is just the main kind of, the tunnel that gets the connections out and through. So if you have this affirmation, that's one connection, okay? But you got to be able to get the connection to other connections in the body, such as the affirmation to the emotions, to the intellectual, to the sensual, to the sexual, the spiritual. That's when we get into when your body experiences a physical sensation of your affirmation. Then you have created a connection between your body and that thing that is the affirmation or intention. Okay, or just becomes an intention that you can't really connect I to infinity because there's this missing link, which is your spine. I to infinity, as Yogi Bhajan would say, you connect that through the spine, as the brain, the connections in the brain connect to your feet, your hands, through the spine. So anything with a deep self-hypnosis, if we really want to gong out this low self-esteem stuff, this victimization stuff, the blame game, the shame game, not taking responsibility for your life, just being stuck in a job and a relationship, and you don't know how to move out stuff, okay, it's going to give you the energy to simplify your life. Anything you want to achieve, it is a simplification of the mind, of the emotions, of your intelligence. Okay, it's not we're, becoming like monks and we don't feel anything but two emotions. No. As you're simplifying the energy so that the energy is more cohesive in the momentum it's going in, rather than energy that's just scattered and going in all kinds of direction. The more energy you have in a cohesive kind of current going in that direction, you become an energetically charged body that is basically broadcasting that intention. Or not even that intention, it's just broadcasting that embodiment that you would like to be in, such as I want to be secure, I want to be prosperous, I want to be creative. You broadcast that not through your words but through your embodiment. And that is through the sound current. It clears out all your miscellaneous energy outputs. It's going everywhere. It brings it back in. It simplifies the energy currents, and it moves the energy current into the higher intelligence. So you don't have to do as much to get things done. It's the flexibility of the spine. It requires less energy to get up and do things. But the more stuff you have, the more difficult it will be to get up and do things, such as end this, start this, move this, become this, transform this. Okay? So that was a little kind of lecture on why I do self-hypnosis, basically meditation in the form of Kundalini, where I'm actually actively moving my body, because it is the body. Okay, it's not an intellectual. We are many, many things, and the total self needs to vibrate the intention or the desire for transformation or that higher intelligence state you would like to kind of graduate to. You can't just have your intellect vibrating, such as, I am powerful, because you are more than your intelligence kind of written and thinking self. The emotions, the sensual, the sexual, the spiritual, okay? So the self-hypnosis, through the movement, it really connects you to the lower chakras, and the lower chakras is the thing you birth. You birth the thing through the lower chakras, not through your mind. Okay, your mind creates plans, it can create organization, a strategy, but ultimately the mind has its limitations, it has its reality. But the lower chakras is the creativity, so it is the open to flexibility of thought, to innovation of attracting the intellectual plan, okay? So, what we're gonna do first, and have this tree behind us, and maybe Buddha can kind of help us with this. So, like always, we're going to tune in with Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. So what I like to do is I like to press my thumbs together, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky together. So we're going to go Ang Namo Gurudev Namo through each of the 5 fingers 3 times. Inhale. Really pull up. So when you pull up, you imagine that you're taking back your dignity and integrity. Okay? Exhale. Inhale to chant, eyes closed, focus on the pineal gland. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Pull up the Mulabandha, sex organ, rectum, as though you're stopping the flow of urination. Tongue on the upper palate, press tongue up, up. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze everything out of the swamp, the murk of victimization, woe is me, into the willpower, endurance, resilience to change the direction of your life. Exhale. Inhale. Rise up into the playful heart. Up into the playful heart. Don't take things seriously. Your childhood, the things that happen, we're all growing. Your parents did the best they could. Your teachers did the best they could with what they had. And we did not have a very good toolkit at all. Exhale. So now we're going to rest our hands on our knees and we're going to do Sophie grind. So this is for the base of the spine. So we're just going to deep breathing in and out. So really just unlock the base of the spine. So this can be an emotional experience, okay? Especially if you've had a spine that's just been unmoved, okay? So it's okay if you experience emotions. A lot of the emotions that you do experience have been suppressed. So they're coming up because it's time for you to accept yourself. Because we can have emotions that are like coming up, and it's like emotions from when we were 3 years old that we suppressed or we were told to not feel, and it comes up. So that we can feel the emotion, learn the lesson, release. Change directions, really go big, go bold, excel. It really is the body, okay? The intellect is wonderful, okay? Affirmation, wonderful. But the body is the broadcaster, okay? If we're going to broadcast any intention, we better get our body vibrating that, which is intelligence, emotions, sensual, sexual, and spiritual energy, all working together in one kind of vibratory broadcast. So we want to loosen the spine, particularly when we input a higher frequency, so our body is loose. Okay. It's easier for transformation to happen on a cellular level when our body is receptive to it. So if our body's tense, achy, and we listen to high frequency sounds at night, it's going to be very hard for us to receive it on a cellular level. And the transformation happens on a cellular level, which is the spine. The spine is the cellular level. Because the spine, it orchestrates kind of what moves through your body and what moves out of your body. Your spine is your chakra system, okay? So your spine, if you move it spontaneously, creatively, excitedly, playfully, what happens is that spine, okay, it becomes more excited, playful, able to handle, stuff in life. But if your spine never moves, basically what moves through you, out of you, is basically stiffness of mind, stiffness of emotion, stiffness of sexuality, sensuality, and stiffness of spirituality. We have a lot of stiffness going on when it comes to people's perspectives, perceptions, realities, religion, ideology, okay, self-importance, groupthink. So eventually you want to get to a nice, like, rhythmic kind of movement. So if it's tense, move it out. Just visualize that you're moving it up, like a coil of energy is moving up your spine from the base all the way up out of your head, out into the aura, out into the aura, out into the aura, the energy. Even if you have to do this to really get it in your mind that you're moving things up the coil of your spine, out of the top of your head, into your auric field. So, this is lovely. You may not see your aura, but even sweeping your hands in your aura, above your arc line, which is ear to ear, nibble to nibble if you're female, what it does is it kind of brings freshness, like a breeze, like the ocean breeze. Okay, it brings freshness to your aura. And that's what we want. We want freshness in our body so that our ideas are fresh, our creativity is fresh, our intentions are fresh, our kind of just life is fresh. We move with a fresh kind of attitude, a fresh kind of perspective. So really just move. Inhale. Stretch tall like a tree. You see my fingers are like a tree. Exhale. So now we're going to do breath of fire because we need energy, okay, to really feel the meditation. So we really open up the base of the spine. So you could pat the little spine. Pat it, right where your kidneys are. It's good. Giving yourself a nice little release, massage, release. If you got any tension in the kidneys, just pat it right here. So the vibration moves up your spine and it just vibrates kind of any stiffness in your kidneys. Okay, so Gyan mudra, like this, on your knees. Breath of fire, eyes closed, you're focused up and in on the pineal gland. So it's a gentle pumping of your navel. And I want you to think Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Okay? It should not feel like you're forcing it. If you feel like it's like effort, slow it down. Just kind of connect with it, feel it out, and get into your own rhythmic kind of flow, which will be different from mine. But it should not feel effort or push. Inhale. Pull up Mula Bandha. Squeeze everything tight. Up and in. Focus on the heart. Exhale. So now we're going to get into the meditation. So do breath of fire. Okay, rapid inhale, exhale through the nose for about 7 minutes. I did 3 because I'm running out of daylight. So then this meditation, we're going to be touching each finger. And the mantra is Sa Satanama Ramadasa Sa Se So Hung. Okay, eyes are closed. Satanama Ramadasa Sa Se So Hung. 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 Whisper. Satanama Ramadasa Sa Se So Hung. 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 Mentally recite. Whisper. Satanama Ramadasa Sa Se So Hung. 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 Speak louder. Satanama Ramadasa Sa Se So Hung. Satanama Ramadasa Sase Sohang. 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 Inhale. Rise everything up into the heart. Exhale. Okay, just shake it all out. So you can do that for 3 minutes, 7 minutes, 11 minutes. You could do it for a whole hour. Basically, that is my self-hypnosis. There are many forms. There are actual meditations where you're being guided, very much like a regression thing, but this is empowering myself. I'm learning to guide myself. It's lovely to have a past life regression where somebody's guiding you, but ultimately when you die and your soul meets the subtle body, okay, your cosmic self, you are a guide to yourself. Yes, you have spirit guides, you have angels that will assist you with the transition from the soul, physical to soul to subtle body, but ultimately it's good to get into the rhythm of being your own guide. Okay, so when you experience subconscious stuff, you're not always going to have a regressionist available to kind of help you through it. So it's good that you can become a guide to yourself when you experience those emotions, those triggers, because you'll get quicker, you'll have agility, you'll know what to do. You're giving yourself a toolkit. It's very much like a psychologist has a toolkit on how to help people navigate through their stuff, their traumas. They have methods, tools on how to resolve, and that's what you're doing. The current, the mantra, is a frequency where you're guiding yourself. So there's empowerment behind that, okay? And that's ultimately what we need right now. We need to know how to empower ourselves. We need to know how to guide ourselves through our own emotions, because really the only person that can really help us to understand and resolve is ourselves. So that's what we're doing, okay? We're amplifying the inner, the guide that is inside of us. And we're also amplifying the natural, higher intelligent current that is us, because we're cosmic, okay? The universe, planets, stars are quite intelligent, okay? It's not random, miscellaneous, stuck energy. It's quite intelligent. It's rhythmic. It knows how to birth things. It knows how to bring light. Okay, and you are just basically space. That space gets filled up, but when you clear out that space and you put in a sound current of higher intelligence, like the space in the universe, and you put in ingredients for life in that space, well, the intelligence of that ingredients will naturally know how to craft a star or planet within the nebula of just ingredients for life. And that's the same thing inside of yourself. But the universe doesn't need a shaman or a psychologist or regressionist to kind of show it how to do it or how to move through dimensions. Yes, we need assistance, we need support, but at the same time, there comes a point in our evolution or our graduation where we become the shaman, you could say. We're the student, and then we graduate to becoming the teacher. And all of you are going to be at different levels when it comes to that. All of you. So you need to kind of just figure out, where you're at. And it's going to be different from me, and I'm going to be different from you. But ultimately, I mentioned the shaman because the shaman is a guide to his or herself. So when that shaman meditates and goes into these higher realities, the shaman knows how to handle himself. So he may be going into really, really high dimension where the whole makeup and design is completely different from what he knows on this planet Earth, but he can handle himself because he has agility. He has a toolkit, a very complex toolkit on how to kind of handle different frequencies. Even when a shaman goes into really low densities, the shaman has a toolkit for that as well, because the shaman has inputted a lot of cosmic energy, because cosmic energy is lower energies as well as higher energies, dense, really dense, and lesser dense. Okay, and that's what the self-hypnosis, when you do it yourself through movement, through Kundalini, is doing. You're building your strength to be able to be your own guide, so you're not seeking, needing, attaching to dependency on things. We have a lot of that codependency of spiritual teachers and coaches. So you empower yourself, you become a supercharged electromagnetic star. And what happens? When you're a supercharged star, naturally things are just drawn into you. It's like the whole universe. I mean, we have some pretty massive stars that are bigger than our stars up in this cosmos. And what you see is the universe is naturally drawn to that mega sun, and you can become a mega sun, and basically you're just drawing life to you. You're just a super magnet for fullness of life. Okay, and you have the energy like a child to experience fullness of life with an attitude of endurance and resilience, attitude of acceptance, compassion, because that is the only attitude that that will help you to move through life. Literally move. You cannot move through life if you're weighted. Move through life is like the wind horse in the Buddhist kind of teachings. The wind horse is you are literally moving through life with just spiritual wisdom that's like this weightless kind of flowing with agility and flexibility of mind, body, and spirit. And that's what we do. We energize ourselves so that we have the heat, we have the radiance inside of our 10 bodies to be able to kind of feel things. We pick up things and we move through them, we move them out and in, and it's all quite playful, and nothing is necessarily affecting us the way it has affected us in our old kind of Piscean age, where everything affects us and everything makes us moody. That's not the Aquarian age. Aquarian age is, I want to be productive, I want to be efficient. How do I do that? Oh wait, I need to simplify my intelligence. I want to be authentic, I want to be original. Well, then I gotta really clear out all this stuff that is just pulling on my energy, such as thoughts of victimization, and things are inflicting me. That is not going to help us to be a very efficient computer, a network, and that's the Aquarian age. We are a network, a community of prosperity, creativity, co-creation, and the speed of it, life is going to be speeding up. And can you handle it? You won't if you don't have the energy, but if you do, you'll be able to use everything to your advantage. Everything, every experience, either it's betrayal or either it's support. You'll be able to use all of it as wisdom, all of it, no matter what it is. No matter what it is, you'll be able to be playful enough, because if you have no energy, you're not playful. If you have energy, you're playful. That's why kids are so playful, because they have so much energy, and that's why old people are quite moody, because they have no energy. So playful is energy, moody, grumpy, irritated is no energy. So playful is how we kind of move through life, get things done, do things we want, clear things that we don't want. And the old person just sitting in a house that's old as hell and they don't like it. It's really just accumulated with junk, has no energy. It just sat there and let the stuff accumulate because they don't move the stuff out because they have no energy to. So playful heart, energy, the person flicks you off, ha ha ha, the person does this, ha ha ha. It's not so serious as the Piscean brain thinks it is. And that's the lesson. that's the lesson, you guys. That is the lesson, the lecture, and I'm going to end this now because it's getting really dark, and yes, doing a little stretch. And thank you, tree behind me, for, I feel like the tree kind of, did a little transmission through my vessel to you guys, so namaste, and good night.